Day update today when we have to look at it. In the early morning hours, the WCL put out a major update on the India versus Pakistan match. And basically, the big news is India versus Pakistan match is supposed to happen today on July 20th has been called off. Yes, July 20th, India versus Pakistan, the World Championship of Legends match, which was supposed to happen today at 9 p.m. IST, that has been called off. The WCL issued a statement on Instagram, and it has come in the aftermath of certain players pulling out of the game. Now, the players who are pulling out of the game, the most prominent among them was Shikhar Dhawan. Shikhar Dhawan was the first who issued a statement when he mentioned on his X that yes, we are not going to play the game against Pakistan because of the ongoing political tensions that is there between the two nations. So that is the first thing which set the ball rolling. Then Harbhajan Singh, he then jumped in and officially made it that yes, even he's also not playing. Followed by Suresh Raina, then by the Pathan brothers, Yusuf and Irfan Pathan. All these individuals, even Yuvraj Singh was saying that he is not going to play the Legends League match against Pakistan due to the ongoing tensions that is existing. So WCL had no other choice but to pull off a statement and say that the India versus Pakistan game has been called off. So today there will be no India versus Pakistan encounter that is going to take place, and it kind of highlights the fact that this time the Indian players will be playing hardball and they will not be coerced into playing any India versus Pakistan encounter. Now the WCL were naively just thinking that okay, the statement that came out, it read that okay, since India had played Pakistan in volleyball, and since India had invited invitations to Pakistan for the Hockey World Cup and the Asian Championships, we felt that okay, maybe just to ensure that the fans get a good time, an India versus Pakistan cricket match could also happen. But then they realized that because the legends were also pulling out, they said that okay, I think we may have inadvertently caused some hurt, and because of that they have made the decision that because they have embarrassed the legends, it is like very simple, we are going to call off the game. So yes, this is one major update that we have given you, that yes, the India versus Pakistan game has been called off. And it comes in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor, the incidents that took place in the prior to Operation Sindoor, Pahalgam, the gruesome terror attack which killed so many people. India has now said probably enough is enough. And that is why this was the first major thing that has happened, that the India legends have pulled off and ensured that okay, this match is just not happening. So any matches, the statement is very clear from all the legends, and even including Shikhar Dhawan on his Twitter, if you can check, that India will not play in any of the matches involving Pakistan. And that is a clear-cut message. If India make it to the final, if Pakistan make it to the final, then they are not going to play. They will not play it. But you have to understand one major thing. This is a private event under the auspices of the ECB, the England and Wales Cricket Board. But it is run by Indians. The brand ambassador is Indian. And that is why, looking into all of that, why on earth could they have not managed to ensure that this situation didn't come up? The Indian players were actually kind of like, okay, what do we do? Two of them took a stand and said, no, we are not going to play Pakistan. Shikhar Dhawan was one of them. Harbhajan Singh was one of them. Yusuf Pathan, Irfan Pathan were one of them. And so was some other prominent players, including Suresh Raina as well. They decided, no, we are not going to play India versus Pakistan. And that is why the match has been called off. Now remember, in a private league, you could do this. But what will happen in the major multi-nation events that happens? Are you going to do the same thing? Are you going to ensure that this is going to happen? See, WCL legends were totally misunderstood the situation when they said, okay, hockey, but hockey is an Olympic sport. And India have a big complicated problem there. Because if you don't allow Pakistan here, your Olympic hosting dreams take a big hit. You can't then host the Olympics because there will be sanctions that the IOC will face. Second, what about Asia Cup? Now, some people are asking, what about the Asia Cup? Well, if the meeting takes place in Dhaka and India doesn't go, the Asia Cup also might not happen. That if Mohsin Naqvi decides that through his ego and through Pakistan's delusional ego that we will hold the meeting in Dhaka despite bilateral tensions, if that happens, sorry, then India will not go to Dhaka and the meeting, whatever happens, is null and void. Asia Cup might not happen. But then what about the Women's World Cup? What about the Women's World Cup and what about the World T20? What's going to happen there? So that is why this is one step, but there are other tougher steps that's going to take place. Asia Cup is a small target. Maybe it may not happen due to the ongoing tensions. And if the meeting takes place and India don't go there, it's safe to assume that the Asia Cup won't happen. And Anshu Mishra, that's what I'm saying. Asia Cup might be the target, but I don't think it's going to happen. And freaking awesome, please keep it to India versus Pakistan, the current news. Don't just give any random stat at any point in time. This is a specific news that I'm giving. It is not an overall this thing about what's going to happen. So all these things can happen in some other stream. Freaking awesome. Try and understand that, please. Sachin Kashyap, hats out to Indian team for calling off. Wait and watch. If they can do it for other major events like the World Cup, like the World T20, then I will be very, very happy about it. Because you cannot have any kind of relations with Pakistan. I'm sorry. Whatever be the cost, you cannot have any kind of relations with Pakistan whatsoever. And will India boycott Asia Cup? Alok Nayak is saying, and Anshu Mishra starting to trend call of Asia Cup. No. Until now, 24th is the key day. That's 4 days away. If Pakistan goes ahead with the meeting in Dhaka, then I'm sorry, it's not happening, Asia Cup. But if the meeting happens in some other venue, then and only then I think the Asia Cup has a slim chance. That is the only way it is possible. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this update on the India versus Pakistan situation. For people joining us today morning, India versus Pakistan, the game that was expected to happen today, July 20th, called off. It's not happening because of the current political tensions between India and Pakistan. And the tensions are just too high. You cannot play any kind of sport with Pakistan. Simple. You cannot have any kind of cultural, political, sporting relations with Pakistan whatsoever in the aftermath of all of this. So that is why, Kushal, the purpose of sport is to unite, not divide. Kushal, I am sorry. Tell this to Pakistan. If they listen, well and truly good, because they are the main perpetrators. They have been responsible for all the problems that have existed in the past 70 years. It is they who have to answer this. They should realize that, oh, instead of dividing, we should be united. But no, Pakistan chose not to do it, and they have to pay the price for it. Finally, I hope that they pay the price pretty soon. So bye-bye. See you soon.